CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS2 News at 5 p.m.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. You're telling me that my assault doesn't matter. That what happened to me doesn't matter.
This country's being ripped apart here, and we've got to make sure that we do due diligence.
A Senate shocker. The confirmation of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is now on hold as the FBI looks into a California professor's accusation against him.
President Trump has ordered the probe after the Senate Judiciary Committee moved Kavanaugh's nomination to the full Senate.
The unprecedented move comes after an elevator showdown between a senator and two women. The president announced the investigation will be limited in scope, though, and will last no longer than a week. Kavanaugh's friend, Mark Judge, who accuser Christine Blasey Ford claims was in the room when she was assaulted, has now agreed to cooperate. Ford's attorney praised today's development, saying her client welcomes this step in the process.
Well, we begin our live coverage on this fast-moving story with CBS2 political reporter Dave Bryan. He's live now in the newsroom. Dave.
Well, Pat, another wild day on Capitol Hill. The Judiciary Committee was supposed to vote on Brett Kavanaugh's nomination and be done with it after Arizona Senator Jeff Flake decided to back him. But then Flake made this shocking announcement.
I think it would be proper to delay the floor vote for up to, but not more than 1 week, in order to let the FBI continue to do an investigation limited in time and scope.
And now that's happening. President Trump has ordered a supplemental investigation of his Supreme Court nominee to be completed in less than a week.
And what did you think of Dr. Ford's testimony when you heard that?
I thought her testimony was very compelling.
The president praised Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, the Palo Alto University professor accusing his nominee of sexual misconduct, but he also had this to say about the nominee, Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
Brett's testimony, likewise, was an incredible moment, I think, in the history of our country.
I have two children. I cannot imagine that for the next 50 years they will have to have someone in the Supreme Court who has been accused of violating a young girl.
Another incredible moment, this explosive elevator showdown between GOP Senator Jeff Flake and two women angry at his initial decision to support Kavanaugh.
That's what you're telling all women in America, that they don't matter. They should just keep it to themselves, because if they have told the truth, they're just going to help that man to power anyway.
That emotionally raw moment may have triggered Flake to flip.
We ought to do what we can to make sure that we do all due diligence with a nomination this important.
Finally, after a hearing filled with shouting matches, finger pointing, and both sides calling the process a sham, there does appear to be at least some bipartisan support for the latest move.
So, Senator Murkowski, how do you feel about what has been agreed to?
I think it was a good step today.
We have a number of senators talking together and trying to get to the truth rather than trying to do more partisan posturing.
And here now are the women who confronted Senator Flake on that elevator. Maria Gallagher and Ana Maria Archila are seen hugging each other in celebration. Gallagher writes, "I feel relieved that Jeff Flake seems to have heard my and Ana Maria's voices on the Senate elevator today. We absolutely need an FBI investigation and for him and all senators to vote no." It's followed by the hashtag Stop Kavanaugh. So now everything's on hold for at least a week. But Pat, Susie, as you know, with this administration, anything can happen during that time. Back to you.
So true. Thanks, Dave.
We believe survivors.
And there are more rallies popping up across the country opposing Kavanaugh's nomination, including Maine Senator Susan Collins' office in Portland. And this was the scene outside Senator Dianne Feinstein's office in San Francisco. She is one of the main Kavanaugh opponents, while Collins is on the fence. And here in L.A., those who don't want Judge Kavanaugh on the high court are not letting up. CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in downtown L.A. with a protest there. Dave.
Well, Pat, on this side of City Hall, it's all quiet now, but that wasn't the story at noon today. A number of women, a few men were in the group as well, but it was primarily women. I think they wanted bigger numbers, but they were very vocal. They were late in arriving, but once they got to the scene and started their rally, they were heard.
Cancel Kavanaugh! Cancel Kavanaugh!
Just one of the chants from the crowd of about 125 that gathered on the steps of City Hall overlooking Spring Street today.
Whose court? Our court. We believe Anita Hill. We believe Dr. Ford. We believe women. We will rise.
The chants and the signs they carried left no doubt. In their mind, the line in the sand has been drawn. No how, no way, Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court.
I just had to show how angry I am that people can say that Dr. Ford was credible, but we just don't care.
We believe women. We will rise.
I don't think it's a matter of belief. I think it's a matter of disservice to women everywhere to even have to put their experiences at a level of scrutiny like this.
And our strength, when we come together, is undefeatable.
They were on the City Hall steps for more than an hour, determined that their voices be heard all the way to Washington.
People who support women and survivors and people who support survivors are just aghast that this is happening, and we can run for office too.
What compassion will we show towards those who bravely disclose the most painful moments of their lives?
And then there was an open mic session where women were asked to come forward and tell their story, if they've been abused in the past and kept silent about it. And they came to the mic. 1, 2, 3, and it kept growing.
I'm a Me Too, and I didn't report until I was older. At this point, not reporting is costing more.
After all these years, I can't believe we're still protesting the same stuff.
Withdraw Kavanaugh!
And for those protesting today, the message was clear to those senators who will vote to confirm Kavanaugh.
Vote them out! Vote them out!
And right at the end of the rally, it was announced to the crowd that the Senate vote, as Dave Bryan reported, will now be delayed at least a week pending the FBI investigation. The crowd cheered wildly, and as they left, many of the women in the group said, it's still not over. Reporting live from downtown Los Angeles, Dave Lopez, CBS2 News.
Dave, thank you. Well, what happens next in the Kavanaugh fight?
One major move has already taken place, in fact. 2 hours ago, the Senate pushed the nomination past a procedural hurdle, setting the stage for a confirmation vote. But that will not happen until the FBI finishes its supplemental investigation.
That deadline is October 5th. Depending on what comes out of that, the full Senate will either vote on Kavanaugh's nomination or delay it once again. And coverage of today's political news continues right here at 6:30. On the CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor.
We have breaking news right now out of San Bernardino. A teenager critically injured in a hit-and-run accident has died.
And CBS2 Inland Empire reporter Tina Patel is live in San Bernardino with more on this. Tina.
Yeah, friends and neighbors are starting to come out here to express their grief. That 14-year-old girl was in the crosswalk behind me just after 7 this morning when she was struck by an SUV that then kept going. Take a look at this security video released by the CHP. They believe this is the SUV involved in the crash. It's tan, possibly an older model GMC. It was going eastbound on Pacific Street around 40 or 50 miles an hour. Now, school officials tell us the 14-year-old girl was walking to Pacific High School, which is just about a half a mile away, when she was hit. She was rushed to the hospital, went into surgery, but unfortunately died from her injuries. The school district says they had counselors at the school and will have them there again on Monday. We talked to a man who lives nearby and saw the crash. He says he can't believe the driver didn't stop.
Not only did they hit her, she fell off the front of the car, and then they ran over her and still kept going. So yeah, they shouldn't be on this planet as far as that's it.
Now take another look at the SUV. Investigators say it likely has front-end damage. Unfortunately, they don't have a good description of the driver. They believe she was a heavy-set woman with brown hair and eyeglasses. Back out here live, you can see that a few people just came by a little while ago and laid out flowers. They say they have always known that there's a problem with speeding cars on this area, and they say there is a lot of students who walk back and forth from school in this area. They said that it's so tragic that something like this happened. They're hoping someone can come forward with information to catch this driver. Live in San Bernardino, Tina Patel, CBS2 News.
We are getting our first look today at the man who was arrested at Cher's home in Malibu. Donovan Ruiz was taken into custody yesterday in connection with a deadly drug overdose in Thousand Oaks. Deputies say the 23-year-old supplied fentanyl to a person who died a few weeks ago. They did not go into details about why he was living at Cher's house, but they did confirm the singer has no link to the arrest. She is currently on tour in Australia.
Ahead on CBS2 News at 5, hitting a sour note.
The decision today by a San Francisco appellate court that has Led Zeppelin heading back to court.
Plus a new data breach at Facebook. Millions of people affected this time. What they're doing now to help protect your info.
Also, a tsunami washes away buildings after a 7.5 quake hits the Indonesian coast. The incredible video of what happened after a tsunami warning is canceled.
And it may be legal to light up here in California, but what happens when you try to take your pot onto a plane? The high-flying facts you need to know.
Hey everybody, I'm Garth Kemp. Wow, beautiful shot. Out over Long Beach, cooler today. Your forecast coming up.